with weird eyes.
And they don't even tell you what he does, but you know he's nasty as you know,
with those fingers.
With those fingers, you know. That means he's sticking something up your ass. Hey everyone, support our Patreon, which helps us to continue bringing you our live streams, videos, and podcasts while bringing you new content such as exclusive live streams and animated shorts. I like the way that this movie explains evolution. Evolution is quick too, people. You know, if you go by this movie, you go from ignorant to asshole.
You turn a corner. Turn a corner.
Yeah, turn a corner, man, and just and wasn't even seem like a full lifetime. That's what we experience here with the Croods. You remember them? They're kind of the new Flintstones out there for the new generation. What's his name? Grug. Mm-hmm. Grug and the gang, Eep and his wife, and your granny and all the family and Clunk. Yeah, all of them, man. They're back. They are back, but this time, they're always on the run, always in danger. But this time they meet somebody who's just a couple that's just a little more advanced than they are and way more uppity. They look at them and they just like, those kind of people where they act nice, but they look at you the whole time like, look at these country motherfuckers right here. Mm-hmm.
Don't let them touch anything.
Yeah, they've managed to make these savage prehistoric times pretty much a resort, a paradise, until, as I say, these redneck ass Croods come in here. You might remember Guy from the first movie, voiced by Ryan Reynolds. Turns out that Guy knows these people. They say, we practically raised that boy after your parents horribly died. And they said, yeah, you know what, boy, you got way too much potential. I see you hooking up with that Crood girl over there, Eve. No, you don't need to do that. Why you want to do that when we have our nice, sophisticated daughter right here? Tell you what, boy, you stay with us. Let us get you set up. Become a real part of the family. A lot of people say also the Croods are country, but if you've seen the first Crood before, the first Croods, yeah, they're country. But some other people say no, they're in top form. They're as they should be. They're everything we expect from them. All is normal. Let's go ahead and take a look at this trailer for Croods New Age.
It's the end of the world.
Dun, dun, dun. Well, that's it for me. I'm glad it's you, Chunky.
This shit's old.
Yeah, I know. Dry ass meat.
Yeah. Beef jerky. Yeah. What is that? Beef jerky.
Friend! I've never had a girlfriend before. Me either. What do we do? What do we say to each other without any car voices?
That is
right
real.
on the money.
Yeah, it was.
That is real.
I laughed my ass over that part.
I told you, man. Y'all seen how girls get together? They don't even make words. They just get together.
Just piercing sounds. As dogs scrambling.
I love how they realize that you.
Martin has daughters. He knows.
Yeah, you got 2 daughters.
I don't know if cave people belong in a modern world.
The Bettermans built the wall for a reason. That's not good.
Shut your ass over here,
Man, I gotta tell you something. Even though you knew nothing was going to happen to him, I was scared for him.
Well, the way he got yanked
into the
mist,
to the mist.
Yeah, that's some straight up horror movie shit.
Some gorillas in the mist for your ass.
I was like, Phil, no!
I don't even like you.
We thought you were a predator trying to kill us.
No, never apologize for an effective kill circle.
This starts out horribly depressing. It starts out with a child. Guy as a child. It's a child. It starts out with Guy watching his parents die. And I'm talking about in family movie terms, but he's watching them die slowly to the point they were just like, don't look, son. Just turn away. Yeah. Now, I don't know if that was in the first one.
You know what? Right before coming over here, I realized I had time to rewatch the first one. And I was like, man, it's been a while, but I remember I liked this movie. And yeah, there's that. I forgot about that part where they're in the tar, and he's just like, he suddenly drops, and he's just like, yeah, we're not gonna make it. My family died like this.
Yeah, it's people. This is guy in the first movie, boy, like and look, it ain't quick. Like he's sitting up there staring at them, and they're just like, go on without a son, and you watching that, you thinking like, all right, this starts out a family film, a family comedy, where they killed the family slowly in tar. I'm thinking to myself, wow, that is not very family friendly. When you kill the family at the beginning of the film. But 1 minute later, they said, you know what? Well, we got that shit out the way. Let's have fun. They don't last long on that at all. Movies almost like, those guys, right? Bringing us down.
We don't need no more of that.
Yeah. Ruining our vibe.
But even in the first movie, they open with the cartoon opening that talks about like, yeah, we used to have friends and other families around, and they got killed. And they got stomped.
Yep.
and they got a cold, so they died.
Yeah. But this happened so quick. It's like I had a tear in my eye that came out. I was like, shit, what just happened? Am I supposed to be here? I'm confused right now. Shit, I just got here. It really did feel like someone came into the movie and said, get out of here with that sad shit. Nobody want to hear that. We here to have some fun. This is the zanier style of animated jokes.
Very quick.
Yeah.
Like I had to rewind it a couple of times. Like, what did I miss? I missed that.
Yeah. It might be for that might be for you. You might be fine with that. Or if you watch these kind of movies, maybe watch them with your kids or something, and you just feel like a tired mother, where it's like, where you just kind of like, will y'all please just sit down for a minute? All this hooping and hollering and running around. Can y'all just settle down and give mama a break for a moment? If you feel like that after watching one of these fast-paced movies that's zipping around all over the place, then it's probably not your thing. Now, if this was live action, it could be annoying. It could be that friend that was just at open mic the night before and had a good time, and now he thinks he's the best comedian in the world, and he can't stop telling jokes. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I've been there.
Yeah, you been hearing what I'm saying? Yeah,
Had a good night last night.
They
That was
won't
last
shut
night.
the up. Everything's a joke. Can't sit down and be serious for one moment. That live action, it might not work. But being animated, I believe that there are things here where the nonstop jokiness works, at least for me. Now, like I said, these are things that I'm seeing, but you guys might not even be seeing what I'm seeing. You might not like some of the things I like. How are you feeling about it so far?
About the movie or about what you said?
Well, about a little bit of both. About the how jokey this is, and how the kind of comedy that they're doing.
I had no problem whatsoever with the kind of comedy that they're doing. As a matter of fact, I was like, this is all directly up my alley. And I love the family dynamics and the politics going on in it.
Yeah, yeah, man. What about you, Bill?
I agree with Martin. The only thing with me is that this, I didn't see the first Croods. I was telling you before you got here that I do some research on the first one, because I put that second one on. I was like, what the f?
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't remember the first Croods.
Oh, there you are.
So I'm kind of like you. I was like, I don't remember any of this shit they're talking about.
Okay, but I didn't think I was going to like it. It was surprisingly funny to me. The physical gags were really good, but the only thing that got me was every once in a while the references to modern stuff. I was like, okay, I get it. Like with scars, that was meant to be tattoos.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even know. But after a while, I was just kind of like, all right, move on and do something else, because the other stuff I was liking so much. That's my only complaint with that stuff.
Well, you know what? I think that's exactly what I'm talking about with this, because there's a lot of things in here. When I say it works for animation, there's a lot of visual humor in this, and I actually like that. I like a lot of the visual humor here. Now, to your point, Billy, a lot of this shit is just modernized Flintstone type visual jokes.
Right.
And the only thing nobody said, it's a living or anything like that.
Right,
but,
it's a living.
Yeah,
I'd say that for the next movie.
But right, but when I was getting kind of tired of it, there was one gag, not spoiling anything, where Emma Stone's character, what's her name? Eep.
Yeah.
She gets hit in the head, and she makes this really funny sound. I lost my shit.
Well, yeah,
When they jump on the thing, it was like, I thought that
that was almost like another language. A lot of visual jokes, and they do them here. They're puns. They're just visual puns, but. And some of them I liked. I didn't mind that too much. But I did think that it worked better when the jokes were more background, or they were about, they were commenting quietly and subtly on just how they live.
Sure.
You know, there's a just what just how they have to survive. I thought it was they got something in here that I thought was really funny, man, where they all sleep in a ball. I mean, they sitting up there just snorting and farting on each other.
Like a pack of dogs.
Like a pack of, they just sleep, they sleep, and they sleep, they're all tangled up, and the maneuver through it to get out, it's like going through tunnels and shit. Like,
Well, it's fun the way like they have their system and they love it, and you might not even think anything of it if it wasn't for Guy there who's more like us going, what the hell, man?
He's
I can't deal with this.
He goes to Eep because in this, I'm not gonna say anything, but I just say that Eep and especially Guy, he's like, we gotta get the out of here.
Yeah, we got to move out. We got to move out of your parents'
He's
house.
like,
Right, man, that's early in the movie.
Yeah, you know, it's the house. It'd be, shit, that'd be nice. It'd be more like, man, we got to get out of your parents' trailer. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
We don't have no privacy.
Yeah.
We all in the same room.
They were sleeping in a ball, and he has to talk to her. He has to talk to her like he's sneaking to another room in the middle of the night, but he's just going through arms and ass cracks and things.
Yeah.
And I thought that was funny, man.
Yeah.
Feet.
Yeah.
I was like, that's pretty inspired, man, right there, that joke. Sometimes they just like being stupid, man. They just like being silly. They got this one thing going on with monkeys, man. And these things with monkeys, like I like a movie that can be fast and silly, man. They got this scene with these the punch monkeys.
Oh yeah.
Which I'd forgotten they were in the first movie.
I didn't even know.
were they
I
in the
did
first
not.
one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit, they returned.
You know what? That makes sense because of how they referenced them.
Yeah, the way
when
you're like,
when they popped up,
it's just-
those things, and
Yeah.
I was like, I wonder if they're in the first.
But they got a moment where it don't really have anything to do with the story. They just want to, the artists, the animators, they just want to draw a bunch of funny shit. Mm-hmm. You could tell they had a lot of ideas left over from pre-production and story meetings, and they're like, man, I worked hard on this shit. Put this in here. They describe all these monkeys, all these different type of punch monkeys, and they don't use none of them for anything. They just there. They're just there for a quick, fun gag.
Punch monkeys. They seem to have some kind of primitive language.
And of course, they got moments. I shouldn't have said anything. I shouldn't have, because
I'm always a sucker for that. A punch that comes from off
from
screen.
nowhere.
Yeah,
Oh, I love that
from
too, man.
Mississippi, boy.
That or a
It's
bus. Yeah, run out in traffic and a bus just hits them. But I normally, and I said this a while back, and I spoke too soon. I said, the only time that Nicolas Cage is normal is when he's in a cartoon doing a voice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's get this on!
Spoke too soon.
Yeah.
But that's normal for Nicolas Cage. That's the thing. Watching him in these movies, I'm like, he should just be a cartoon all the time.
All the time.
Because it's
'Cause it
crazy.
works.
Because he's toned down in the cartoons.
Totally.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, he's toned down. Then all of a sudden I was like, man, I spoke too soon. I was like,
Yeah,
I couldn't help it though, because he goes, blah, at the very beginning.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
like,
No, they
not nearly what is.
They let Nicolas Cage be Nicolas Cage. There's even a point where he even fronted out Guy. He's like, "What do you mean, man? What are you saying, man?" I was like, "Oh shit, you got this motherfucker saying,
I'll take your face off."
Yeah. But these punch monkeys had me laughing, man. The different varieties of them.
A dude with weird eyes.
And they don't even tell you what he does, but you know he's nasty as you know,
With those fingers.
With those fingers, you know. That means he's sticking something up your ass.
Yeah, you're in a room by yourself and he shows up doing that.
Yeah.
You know somebody named them pervert monkey, a nasty ass monkey, man.
I'm just gonna wait till they get you down.
Silly things like that. I thought, well, you know what? I love that, man, when they just have fun with stuff. They don't explain it, but they go fast.
Yeah. It moves at that speed where if a joke doesn't work, which most of them do, it's like, I don't know about that. Oh, wait, next joke's already up. Never mind.
Yeah, and you know, and I just like the design, man. This is a very colorful, vibrant film, and it helps out with the spirit of the movie, man. They got the punch monkeys that, like I said, man, I can admire if you try to at least put a little clever spin on it. Look, if you have people slapping the shit out of each other, then, you know, make something up like a language, like the punch monkeys. The punch monkeys have a whole language of just slapping each other and punching each other.
I can talk to them. I'd like to ask. Uh-huh.
Oh, I see. So, what's he saying?
Whoa! You slap your mother with that hand?
You know, I ain't gonna lie, man. I was sitting up here saying that's childish, and it's funny as f- I was laughing really hard.
Three Stooges shit.
So, yeah, it is, man. I'm sorry, man. I told you, I'm a sucker for, like you guys. I'm a sucker for two things. Dummies.
Yeah.
We talked about that.
Yeah, dummies.
You think dummies being thrown for stuntman?
I love that shit. You know when they jump off the roof? It's all dummies. just
And the leg is bending back in
Then they get up.
ways. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I'm a sucker for. Then this all comes. It comes from the Three Stooges. I'm a sucker for dummies and grown people just our thing slapping the shit at each other. You know, I love that, man. And like I said, if you're just doing it to do it, all right, maybe you got a problem. But they make something out of it. You know, the character animation is really good in this.
It's
too.
amazing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna show you something. There's one particular character that I love here, man, and it's Phil Better.
I knew it.
Man, I love Phil.
It's like Phil's an asshole, but you still kind of love him.
Yeah, with his old greasy new age hipster ass.
And it took me a while because Peter Dinklage does the voice, and I didn't know because
I recognize him right
I
off
did
the
right
bat.
off the bat.
And I didn't, and I know that a lot of people will, but for me, if you get me wrapped up in a character, like I don't know who's doing the voice acting unless it's really obvious. But yeah, it took me a while. So before I knew it was Peter Dinklage, it's like Phil was just Phil.
Yeah.
Phil was a real person and a real asshole. And we'll talk about Phil in a little bit, but Phil, the animation on Phil is really good. You know, when they do, you feel like these characters are really acting, and they're not just doing. I'm gonna get a little animation technical on you, a little animation nerdy, but animators, they do this thing posing, man. They're taught this in school, and they all do. You'll see characters doing things like this and pointing like that, and they do that in this. I don't have a problem with it. I mean, it works, and it's important for staging, but if you look at Phil is acting like a real stage actor.
Yes, there's a lot of micro expressions that him and his wife have going on because they're being insincere. They're trying to be nice.
He's being condescending.
But
But
being
he's
shitty
also
at the same
presenting
time.
the room as you wouldn't as a stage actor. He's like he presents, like you're saying posing, but he's also presenting the room, like everything he's doing.
Well,
And the crew say things and they're like, giving each other looks.
Well, if you look at just some of the expressions that they give them, they're not per se cartoon animation expressions. They're like looking at real actors when they perform.
Kind of primitive language.
Oh, but
I mean, every move that he does is he's just an asshole. He's so condescending in everything, and they caught that condescending nature in a lot of his mannerisms, and I loved it, man.
It's like Peter Dinklage. That's how he does his face too. Anyway.
They paid attention to the actors, man. I thought that was really cool.
So pretentious the way he said it too.
He's just a dick. I mean, you should know, but because he has bangs and a man bun.
Yeah.
Dude, man, it's one thing to have a man bun, but you got bangs with it too.
Well, plus anybody that walks around in flip flops all the time.
All the time.
With shirt all open with
New
a
age
medallion.
medallions on.
I'm like, it's about a bitch. I'm like, I know somebody daddy like that.
Yeah. That's another thing. It's not just one thing to be like, just kind of down to earth asshole. I'm drinking beer, getting drunk, and just being loud and obnoxious and telling you about yourself. All right, I kind of know who you are, but that kind of asshole where you just got to act like you're nice all the time, but you're really being shitty. Just say what you want to say.
Well, come on. I mean, look, let's be honest. The Bettermans are basically that NPR donating to couple that everybody who's a Trump supporter looks at as your poster child for the elitist Democrat.
I'll go even one better on you. The Bettermans right here, they're like the prehistoric version of the white couple from Get Out. Condescending, belittling, probably a little racist.
Yeah.
Because they always looking down on the Croods like, I'd rather them say, look at these country motherfuckers. They're like, oh, poor things.
Yeah, right.
Well, yeah, but also like showing off their big house to people who clearly can't afford it. But like, don't you have a sitting thinking room? It's like, man. I don't. Everyone gets their own bedroom and shit. Yeah. It's like, you know people like that.
Oh yeah,
assholes, man. And Leslie Mann, I think does.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Was it Hope?
Hope.
It's Hope and Phil. I like the way they don't even try with Phil. Phil don't have a New Age name or a prehistoric name. He's just Phil.
Because he's trying to be cool. I'm down to earth Phil. It's like, no, down to earth, his name's like Grug and Ugg.
Right. No, you can just call me Phil. It's one syllable. Don't worry.
Mr. Betterman was my father.
It's like when somebody wants to say, you know, hey Reggie, what's up? No, just call me Reginald. Wait a minute, that ain't no better. You bitch. And they had this whole thing, as I said, they the moment they walk up, they said, these poor redneck ignorant motherfuckers. We can't have our guy, our son that we actually let out into the wild at 7 years old years ago. Mm-hmm. You know, we can't have him marrying into that family. Oh, what kind of prehistoric liberals would be? Right. So they say we gotta hook him up with our daughter Dawn, who is voiced by Kelly Marie Tran, and not these country ass Croods over here.
You'll never believe who we just found. Guy?
Dawn?
Guy!
A girl.
Friend! I've never had a girlfriend before!
That could have gone a different way.
Yeah, sure could have.
I thought she was about to bite her throat out.
I thought she was about to. She was like a javelin. Toss her.
And poor Dawn.
Poor man, bitch.
Poor Dawn is tired of this fake ass family she lives with. She's just happy. Just happy to have somebody wild and crazy up in there. I gotta say, I don't blame him, man, for disliking these Croods. I really don't.
No, I know what you mean, because I'm like, man, y'all are wrong for that. But then I thought, well, how different would I be? I mean, it's like, look, they're the only other humans around. We got to keep them here, but I don't know about these backwards ass folks.
It's like if your ghetto ass cousin showed up, and when they showed up, they just start tearing up your house.
Yeah.
Hope, the Leslie Mann character, the Hope Betterman, she says, and she put it very well, she says they have no concept of walls.
Yeah.
They just keep walking through shit. Like, it's not even there.
He walks through shit. I want to talk to you real quick. Blam.
Yeah.
Come on, man. I got to fix this.
I mean, I dreaded the whole time they went up into this woman's house, because I said, because every time they walk into a room, they tear shit up.
Yeah.
And listen, for as shitty as the Bettermans are, they are patient. They're just kind of like, let these poor people do what they do. We'll buy more, we'll make more, and let's just get them out of here. So they put up with them longer than I would have. Y'all got to get the out of here.
Yeah.
At least they were nice. But it's when, and the reason why I love it so much is Phil so much is because when Phil hooks up in those scenes with Grug. Again, Grug, who's voiced by Nicolas Cage, man. I'm pulling the scene up right here. That's what I'm thinking about.
I got a vibe.
Phil, with the way he kept Grug, man, manipulating him with that fake politeness. Yeah. And Grug is too stupid to know. So.
I'm gonna let you do this. I don't want to ruin your notes.
No, what's up?
I just thought that scene was gonna go a different way for a minute. Oh. You open a new thing, and all that stuff. Like, they all greased up in that lava room. He's like, and Grug's like, what you mean, man? I'm just saying. I mean, this is where I come to relax. Open the mind control and shit like that.
Yeah. Because man, the way they stage this whole thing, because there's steam that keeps coming off the coals right here, and there's a moment where Phil is sitting over there. Some steam goes up and it disappears, and Phil is right there,
right next to him. It's the greasy right? You got him to say everything he was thinking at the same time.
Yeah, man, I would watch a show, Phil and Grug. I would watch that. Because look, this is typical sitcom writing with them, because, Grug is our Phil, one is the hero of the show, or the focus of the show, and the other is the neighbor that they hate.
Right.
But somehow always finds their way over to the house every week, like Urkel. Or the Willises.
Eddie Haskell,
yeah. They always are, and they're always in situations, going on adventures with each other. They hate each other. The ending is where it kind of started to lose me, man.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying the ending is bad, But I'm just saying that the whole time the movie was very fast and very clever, and even though it's like I say, it's a thin sequel type story, they were actually doing a lot with the jokes to fill in the space, and I really love that with it, man. The end of it, we get to one of those Marvel. Damn, that cat got some ass. Like, I mean, he clinched the man. That was a
clever sequence, though.
It was.
Yeah.
Damn.
Come on,
boy, you know some furries gonna be jacking off to that. That might be one of them. Man, he got some
I was
ass.
gonna say, how many times did you jack off?
You see, I'm going back into the left. Right?
Yeah, that's why you were late. Goddamn it.
But at the end of it, man, it's one of those Marvel movie climaxes where they have something big that shows up, and they all got to fight it. And during that time, the humor became more random. That's when things started to go a little bit too fast and come out of nowhere. They do things with title screens and stuff, and it just seemed like just throwing a lot of stuff in right there.
Did it feel like they just remembered it at the time? Like when that last part happened, it felt like they were like, "Oh shit, we did have this over here," and they just kind of threw it. I don't know. It just felt.
You know what?
I didn't think that so much because they mentioned it earlier.
Okay.
In the movie, and there were times it got mentioned, so it wasn't a.
Okay.
It wasn't out of nowhere. I'm talking about,
sequence
like there were, the sequence made sense as far as the way they introduced it, but then they had things like I said, introducing characters with title cards. They're doing references to things. They're doing tropes out of there, and it all seems like it seems like at that point it seemed like, okay, this is last call, and everybody's binge drinking and doing shots before they kick our asses out. It's just a lot thrown in at the end, and I thought, like, now this is where it seemed like they really are just rushing to put in stuff that they were going to use at one time, and maybe it was best that they didn't and left that out. It's a little bit too much that's happening.
Round that bar tab for it.
Yeah. Everybody shots.
Yeah, exactly.
I was loving this all the way, and even when it gets crazy at the end with the big climax, I was like, well, they've been building up to something big. The big thing they have to deal with, I thought was cool. Also, with the end, I thought I wouldn't like that, especially them bringing in a certain animal they brought in, where I was like, all right, now you went too far. But then but then I was like, oh wait, that's actually kind of a real thing. All right, this is cool. And even with the title cards, it's like it's like it's been building, and suddenly it's here and it's everything. And hey, if it didn't work for you, I get that. But for me, I was loving it. I was just having the best time.
When they got to the what I thought was going to be the Garden of Eden at first, because I'd never seen this stuff before, but all that stuff was beautiful. Mm-hmm. It was like, and every little thing in the background was moving with the wind and all this. And whenever somebody would run through something, you could tell it wasn't like perfect, outline. It was like how something would actually break. And then the betterment is their house. Was just amazing. Yeah. And so I was pleasantly surprised with the whole thing. I can't stand Clark Duke's voice, though.
Clark Duke is, what's his name?
Thunk.
I don't know when that 40-year-old is going to go through puberty, but goddamn, man. But other than that, like I said, the ending wasn't my whole thing. It felt like, I know you did make a point that it wasn't forced, but it felt forced to me. But it's a low full price for me, man. I love this movie.
Yeah, Martin, what would you rate it?
Oh, it's a full price.
Full price?
Yeah, it's easily a full price. It's one of the funniest movies I've seen this year.
Yeah, I'm kind of caught between you. I mean, it's move over. Room for one more. I was about to say, Punch Monkey up here. Room for one more.
It's not on the screen.
Punch Monkey.
Damn it! I knew I was gonna hit the wrong button. Miss me. But yeah, man, I'm kind of between y'all. Martin gave it a full price. Billy gave it a low matinee. I'm kind of matinee area.
Low full price.
Oh, you gave it a low full price. Yeah, I'm gonna give it.
So I was wondering. I was like, how are you between us?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Don't worry about it.
The medium rare full price.
Don't worry about how I get it, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna grease up.
Exactly. Hey, Martin, don't worry about it.
Oh shit, where'd you come from?
Yeah, so then I'm a notch below you guys. I I'm had this the whole time watching it. I said, you know what? It was at a full price for me until the end, and then I knocked it down to a high matinee. But that's where I am. Yeah, I liked it too, man. Yeah, people. No, it's actually good. This is coming out on I think Peacock.
Oh,
NBC
is it?
Peacock. I think that.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant in theaters.
And it is in theaters. Yeah.
Okay.
It is. It is in theaters. It's in theaters tomorrow. Or Wednesday at the time of this recording. So yeah, man. Look, I ain't gonna say it's anything to go to the theaters for you, but I mean.
Oh, I think it is. I mean, well, not now.
No, you want to risk Corona for the Croods?
No, sorry. I forgot when I was.
Fuck Tenet, the Croods, boy. Now that's cinema right there.
Get this goddamn mask away from me.
Oh. Yeah, there you go, folks. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's good, man. It's really good. I think it's good for the whole family.